Come on, babies. Come on.
Tommy Raby shares his place with a pot-bellied pig and a talkative parrot who clammed up on camera. There are deer and emus and Bengal cats and lots of goats. The little pygmies are awfully friendly and always hungry, and when faced with a new visitor to the barnyard, they simply look you in the eye and look for a handout, which is more than can be said for the other goats here. When life gets tough, this herd hits the dirt. They're called fainters, and when startled by a noise, life becomes gut-wrenching for these goats.
A lot of the fainters that don't faint, I mean, they're non-fainter. But you want them to faint, that's what it's all about. You know, the more they faint, the better they are.
Not all the goats faint. Sometimes they just go rigid. We scared this one just by rounding the corner. It's a genetic defect known as myotonia that causes muscle contractions. The goats first showed up in the South more than 100 years ago.
The story I've got on them is that in Tennessee, the sheep herders were using them. And they would put some of these with their sheep. The varmints come along, well, the goat's going to fall over and they'll eat the goat instead of the sheep. But they about killed them all out that way, is what they say.
So that doesn't hurt them. That's something.
No, it doesn't hurt them at all. It's just they're up and they're wide awake when they're down. You know, it's not a pass out type of thing.
And it's always something. It's got to be. Is it always something of loud noise or a startling noise?
Anything, or they can get excited coming to the feed trough and they'll lock up. Just on their own. Nobody's scaring them or anything. If it's just a nervous and muscle reaction, and they get it when they get excited. Well, that's when it happens.
These goats don't spend all their time on the ground. As they get used to disruption, their disposition stiffens.
No, they didn't do it.
But the swooning spells can come back at the most inopportune time.
Some males I've known of, they can't even breed because they get locked up before they get the job done.
Raby belongs to the National Fainting Goat Association and sells the animals for between $100 and $200 apiece. But the most fun for him comes when the goats pull their stunt on the unsuspecting.
I've had people handling my goats at a sale or something, and they'll think they've hurt the goat real bad. Here that goat falls over, well, what did I do?
Just had a run-in with the faint-hearted of the farmyard, the spineless sprite who looks adversity in the eye and then falls apart. Near Kiefer, Scott Thompson, the Oklahoma Traveler.